All right, hello everyone. Today I'm joined by my friend Nino.
Hey guys.
And today we're at Floor & Decor to pick out our finishes for the Roselle Project. Nino's gonna be helping me out pick out all the nice finishes for this property.
I'm so excited. Thank you. Also, I feel honored that you asked me to help.
Of course, yeah. Let's get into it.
Let's go. So you ever been to Floor & Decor?
No, this is actually my first time. So.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, let's check it out.
Yeah.
They have a lot of options. And I guess we're picking everything out today.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct. Yeah.
For your project?
Yeah, in Roselle. All right, so to start off, we're gonna be looking at different materials for the kitchen, as we feel like that's probably the best place to start out, since that will set the tone, and then we'll go out from there. The idea for this, since it's going to be a renovation project, not for our current usage, we want to go as simple as possible. That's going to be universally loved by everybody. But I also needed kind of some help with that to be able to pick certain quality things that would be trendy. And I figured to bring Nino along, as she works a lot with these types of properties and she has the eye for these things. She's the design connoisseur for it, so. I was thinking something like this for the countertop, for the like little gold accents. Obviously it's not gonna be this specific tile, but like gold, no? All right. So this is why we have Nino here today, because I don't have any design,
That's not true.
experience. No, I'm spewing out ideas, but then I get them corrected, so.
No, it's not a bad idea, but you have to be really careful with that because you don't want it to look tacky.
Explain that. What do you mean by tacky? Like, is it just, it's too like, generic, like everyone does it?
Yeah, and no, not everyone does it. Definitely not everyone does it. I just feel like in the kitchen, you want it to be very calm and earthy, and we're not trying to shine in the kitchen. We're trying to keep it peaceful. So more of a softer vein going through the quartz.
Right. So where do you get your inspiration?
My inspiration? I feel like a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a specific place. I mean, I did do design at Restoration Hardware for some time.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. I love that. I have an art background.
Oh, there you go.
And so a lot of it is just whatever feels good.
Yeah.
Not feels good. Obviously, I've studied.
Yeah, but you
design,
have at this point you have the pulse for it. So
yeah,
you know what you're looking for.
I don't know. Also, just being around real estate, right? Going into homes, seeing different things, what others do, other designers, and what that ends up looking like coming together. I pull from that as well.
Yeah. All right, so it's best to not make everything so matchy-matchy, kind of want things to kind of complement each other?
From my perspective, yeah, I think it's better when you layer, but you have something that keeps everything the same. For example, if you're changing textures, you don't want to go too different on color, because the thing that's going to unite them is more so of the tone.
No.
If you're keeping the same textures and things like that, then it's different. So these are
quartz.
Yep.
Yep.
So
there's quartz, there's granite, there's marble. Right. What do you think quartz is the way to go?
Quartz is typically what most people will do. Marble is obviously beautiful and great, but marble stains easily. So you just have to be really careful. There are ways of treating the marble to protect it, but typically it does stain a lot more. Granite is the lower end, and then quartz is the nice middle, because quartz looks like marble, but it doesn't stain.
And is this cheaper or is this more expensive?
Cheaper than marble. Wow. Correct.
So you're getting the best of both worlds.
So you have granite, quartz, marble. Marble is always going to be more expensive. This is a really nice one. If we do those lighter tones with the white, we can even take this with us so we can look at it. But I feel like this is really pretty.
Well, we got to think about
actually do something
practicality,
like
right? I mean, this would probably not show as many stains as much because it's a little bit darker, right? As opposed to this.
No, that's why we're doing quartz, because it
Quartz, 'cause
doesn't
it
stain.
picks that off, yeah.
It doesn't stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marble would stain. But I was looking for another one, which I can't see it here.
You want me to grab both?
Yeah, we can. And then we can walk over there so we can look at it. But like a deeper vein. These are fairly small. Okay. These all have like really tiny veins. We can go to another store though where we could see other pieces of quartz. They also have like such tiny samples. Like they should have bigger samples for this.
Yeah.
Because it's always hard to.
So this is pretty versatile, right? You can use any type of countertop or any type of cabinetry like colors, or is there best practice? Like, should you typically go lighter with this, or can you go darker? Or like
You can go darker, but for the most part, you
lighter is the way to go.
usually go lighter unless you're doing a very particular type of design where you would want to opt in for a, darker tone.
Yeah.
And I think that countertops, it's like preference wise, right? Like you have some that are bluer tones. You have some with like these bluish, beigeish veins and then blue veins and more on the gray tone. What color is this? This actually looks very similar to one that I did on my first house. Does this say Rocco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was.
Yeah. But I think
This was a countertop that I had picked out for my first house.
nice.
And it looked really nice because it was a new construction townhome where you got to pick the finishes. And the whole kitchen was white, so I opted for something like this because I wanted the countertops to stand out.
Right.
I think for this home, because you're going for more of like the earthier tones and things like that, having the white oak floors, maybe doing a light brown on the bottom cabinet and doing the white cabinets on top, I feel like something of this nature would look better. Like, I don't know,
I'm feeling this one more, yeah.
Yeah, I keep leaning towards this. Because if you have the wood cabinets on the bottom, this won't be too much of a stark contrast when this is sitting on top of the wood, as opposed to this.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the white cabinets on top to pop.
What do you guys think? This one or this one? Comment down below. Dolomites, and this is Clarino. Which one do you guys think? Dolomites or Clarino?
Right, so let's say you had cabinets similar to this. See, because then I feel like it pulls out the darker veining from here.
It's more matching with this. This is definitely more of a contrast, but I mean, it's not that it looks bad.
It's not that it looks bad. I don't think it looks bad.
I mean, you can even see they did it with this one too. They did complete top on the top.
Or what if it was like this?
No.
But I feel like we need to go darker on the bottom cabinets because the floors are going to be white oak. So I would go for a little bit of a darker wood for the cabinets.
Yeah. I like the handles on this though. You see that? It's different. Doesn't open, but.
These are bathrooms.
See, I like the blue. The blue is it just makes sense for a bathroom too, you know? You said it's gonna be too niche though, right? Yeah.
I think so. It's not that it looks bad.
We just want to make this universally loved property.
We want anyone to walk in there and want to buy it.
Yeah. I like the gold fixture. That was nice.
I know, I love it too.
And this vanity is nice too.
This is a nice vanity. This is not a 36. This is.
So would you do like vanities that are open on the bottom, or would you just do them like all the way down to the floor? Or Because I'm thinking for practicality, would cleaning be a big headache for this, or does it outweigh the aesthetics?
It doesn't outweigh. I think it just depends on how it looks. I also really love floating vanities. I think they're really nice. But the only problem with floating vanities is that you don't have as much storage. So considering the fact that it's a smaller space, I would probably opt to do a full vanity that goes to the floor just so you can optimize the storage. We could also do a herringbone all the way up.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
That would look nice.
Yeah. Does it change much on the cost?
No, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. No, I think they're all pretty much cost the same. So it would look
So
like
it's $9.89, and now it's $14.29. So a little higher, but I think it does add on.
I think the only thing we'd have to find a different one because I feel like this has too much bluish tones in it.
It's fine, but I'm just saying, like, I like the herringbone though.
I love herringbone so
Yeah.
much.
The other stuff is a little too much though. Like this, like bamboo or like cross.
Yeah, I wouldn't do. Yeah, I wouldn't do.
This, I don't like that either.
No.
This is a little basic, right? The hexagon.
I don't know. I'm not like a fan of the hexagon for some reason.
So to like recap it, it's gonna be a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's gonna be a raised
Two
ranch.
full bath.
Yeah, 2 full bathroom.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah, raised ranch. So like the ideal people living in it would be like a family with kids, and we have a large basement at the bottom, so that's gonna be a great living space for other people to, you know, have some activities like and all that. So
How big is the basement?
it's pretty much the same size as the rest of the house. So it's like as if we're doubling the size of the house. It's like just taking out one room. So
I feel like your ideal buyer is
Like
probably
1,000
going to
square
be a
feet,
family, you know? And so with the basement, that's always huge
yeah.
because you can hang out there. Even something like this
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
would look nice tiled in the vertical
Yeah, beautiful.
than the height.
Yeah, because we gotta also think about the limitations of what.
Put those pieces up against
Oh,
that.
yeah. This one.
Yeah, that one looks better with that.
Yeah. Because
We don't want them to fight. We don't want them to fight against each other. I feel like it's too.
No, this is more closer because of it's more white.
It's closer, but it's like not. Although it depends.
Are there other ones similar to this?
Because keep in mind, so when you're doing the counters, the veining is gonna go across.
You
Meaning,
get the illusion of it being bigger, right?
correct.
Yeah.
So like when you're holding it up, for example, imagine this is gonna go in this direction. This one doesn't really have much.
Yeah,
of a
this one's
direction, but it would go like this. That would actually look nice.
See, I got something right for once.
Well, we didn't.
Let me get my win.
Not a bad outfit.
So,
Not a bad outfit.
Going further on, like the vein, like direction stuff.
Yeah.
The dimensions of the bathroom, they're pretty large. So, like, do we have to compensate for anything in terms of the shapes and all that to you know, kind of complement?
So rule of
lacking?
thumb in design is typically you want to lay out your tiles, your flooring, whatever it is in the direction of where the longest width is. So for example, let's say the house, if it's longer this way and shorter in width, you would want to lay your flooring this way.
Okay.
Because it helps extend the space as opposed to going the opposite direction.
But you don't think it'll make it too skinny if we have it going that way?
No, it actually it makes it look bigger
Okay.
because you're naturally taking the form that it is.
Yeah.
And so then that means that you're fitting think about it. If it's longer this way, that means you can fit more flooring pieces across, as opposed to going the opposite and constantly cutting off multiple layers.
And it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Same thing with like veining, right? When you're doing the countertops, you always want your vein to go across the countertop, right? And ideally, it's harder with the L shapes, but ideally you want to avoid as many cuts as possible. Like they do like laser cuts now, for example, right? So they come out, they measure the dimensions, and then they laser cut the stone.
Yeah.
Which maybe we should go look at stones, like big slabs, which you don't get here.
Similarly to like the direction and stuff, is there a difference in what you should be doing in strategy from the bigger cuts versus the smaller cuts? Or like if you have a small room, should you do bigger cuts? Or if you have a bigger room, should you do smaller cuts? Or should you just always go bigger cuts?
There's not an exact rule.
Yeah.
It just depends on, for example, you can have a small laundry room and sometimes you'll see like the hexagon, like little hexagon patterns that people do. And those are small cuts, but they work well on the floor in a laundry room. That's not to say it's not going to work on a bigger room. So it kind of just depends on like everything else that's in the space, right? Everything has to work together. It's not just about saying, hey, I'm going to pick one piece and then everything else is, just because it's a small room, I'm going to go for this. It really just depends on everything else that's in there.
Right.
Like, look, this is a herringbone as well. Like this would look really nice too if it went all the way up. And what's nice is that it's all white. So it'll blend in with everything. I think that's the beauty about design, is like there's so many different options and it's just all about the pairings. I think it's how everything talks to each other. Yeah. In my opinion. Because you also don't want everything to be too matchy-matchy. I feel like when everything is too matchy-matchy, it gets boring. Right?
It's too predictable. Yeah.
Even like, that's really nice. That might have been the same exact one that we looked at already. Or actually, this would look really nice too.
If anything, I like this one better.
That one?
Yeah, the one.
The different colors?
If the shape and the colors.
Really? Yeah. I like this for a kitchen.
I just don't. I'm not a fan of the squares. I like the color for a kitchen. I was saying this more so for the bathroom, but this color is good for a kitchen. I just don't like the shape. I don't know. This looks too.
The squares?
Yeah, it's just too square, for lack of better terms.
But you're really not gonna have a lot of tile. You know that, right?
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on this year. Not focusing on it.
This wall in front, when you walk in and you see the kitchen, that's your big wall, but you're gonna have cabinets on both sides. You're gonna have a hood on top. And then that's it. So your tile is gonna be in the middle and under the cabinet. And then on the left side, you have a window and then the kitchen ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you just have.
Oh, it's not a big deal.
I'll find a photo. Well, there's clear data that vacant homes that are staged oftentimes sell for X% more.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because a majority of people, when they walk into a space, struggle with being able to envision it. That's the beauty of staging, the beauty of AI now, right? To do all these photos, right? To help people. We're visual creatures, right? So we have to see it to fully understand it. Some people can see it, right? Like I can walk into a space and say, oh, I think that all together, I think this is all going to come together. Most people, they need to see it to start to envision it. Yeah. Right? And so if that's the case, then yeah, every single thing that you are picking out, every finish, every detail plays a factor of how is that buyer going to feel the second they walk into the house and they say, how do I feel here?
Right. Yeah.
Because people are willing to pay more for what, if they're going to get exactly what they want.
Yeah. And the biggest thing that we're fighting is not only, you know, the appearance in person, but it's just the appearance in the photos too.
Yes.
Because we have to drive in traffic from our, you know,
Correct.
our marketing. So
Correct.
it's just a lot of things that, you know, after months of work that you'd hate that people are just not going to like the way it looks and not even stop by.
Right.
That'd just be a waste of time, you know?
So I think that today was a pretty good day. I got to check out the house.
Yeah.
Like, this is your first flip, so congrats. This is awesome. It's so cool to see it just under construction, like all the framing, even getting Fernando to walk us through everything and tell us what's happening. I think that even coming here, and thank you for trusting me and asking me for my design expertise.
Yeah.
But I think that we got a lot of ideas today.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of the tiles, the flooring in person. I think it's important to see it in person. And I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna create a couple of mood boards so that you can take a look at them for the kitchen, for the master bathroom, the hallway bathroom, just all the different finishes that you can make a decision on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then go from there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any, you know, input that you wanted to add into the design finishes, and if you have any suggestions on what we should do, always feel free to comment down below.
Yep.
And we're excited for you guys to see how the final product comes back. And I'm sure we'll see Nino in the upcoming episodes as well, kind of walking through the final decisions and why we decided to go with, you know, something over the other. And yeah, it should all come together great.
I'm excited to watch the journey unfold, honestly. Yeah. And, you know, I think it's beautiful. And, you know, if you really think about it, right, like this is going to go to a family to make new memories and to enter the next chapter in their lives. And you're kind of, you know,
adding our input on that, and it's just something wholesome about that. So
yeah,
I'm happy that you're able to help me out with that.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Of course.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode, and take care.